I am so excited to share with you the Windsor-Essex Homebuilders Association's Parade of Homes. We are kickstarting it with the one and only Vince Lapico, our president, and we're kicking it off in your model home.
Awesome.
Yeah, so let's dive in. I first want to know, where did you come up with the inspiration for this particular model home?
Well, the thing that's funny is, I work with a designer to do the drawings of the home, right? So, we get the basic shell and then something strikes me and I just take it from there. Believe it or not, I was at a supplier and they had this piece of oak there that I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I looked at this piece and I was like, oh, I just want to take this with me. And I took it with me and it really became the inspiration for this entire house. So that one piece of quarter sawn white oak that had them just put a couple layers of finish on it just to see what it looked like naturally, just really inspired the whole house.
I think it's really magical when something speaks to you, whether it be a supplier, whether it be a piece of art, whether it be something you see on a trip even, when you're traveling around the world perhaps, and it speaks to you, that you can then transform that into a home and just bring everything to life.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of funny because it was just a piece of wood, right? But that piece of wood translated into our flooring. It translated into the feature wall. It translated into the ceiling. It translated into the cabinetry and then to the doors. And then just the whole look and feel of the house just kind of came together organically with just a single piece of wood.
To me, that sounds like a story that should be on Canadian House and Home magazine or something. Like, I
Right?
love it. I love it. The other thing I really, truly love is that you really do incorporate all the different elements into this home, both the inside and the outside, but you also do work with a lot of our local members in the association.
Absolutely. Yeah, I tell our members that it's a benefit to be a member because one of the benefits is being able to work for other members. If you're a supplier, you can work for a builder. If you're a builder, you can work with suppliers or sub-trades, or suppliers. It's just a good organization to be part of.
It's neat. So I'll use the example of DeMonte, for instance. They put in your countertops in the kitchen, in the bathrooms, and outside. It's neat to see someone's reaction when they come in and they haven't seen the finished product completed.
Right.
And they're like, wow, this is my product in your house.
Right. And I don't want to sound silly, but I feel the same way too when I walk into these places. Like when I started this house, it was a pile of sticks. And you think about it, it's literally a pile of sticks, a hole in the ground, and you put these sticks together and you get some vision and you kind of figure out an idea and a plan and you just kind of put it together. And you work with, for me, it's a lot of feelings. You work with feelings. So the feeling is the feelings that I receive from something or a material, a window, a floor, a countertop, a paint color, a lighting scheme. Those feelings are things that I want to convey into my product because it's not just something that's just slapped together. This is something that it has like an emotional connection between the person who buys this house. So somebody who moves into this home is going to love this home because it feels like family to them. It's not like a house, what I mean? It's a home. And for me, I strive to get that feeling of warmth and comfort and happiness and closeness and, camaraderie.
It's all of those elements. You tie them all into this beautiful, luxurious feeling of comfort and home, which the more that you put into the home, the more comfort you're going to get. For example, the things that you wouldn't see behind the walls, for example, is that I know that you spray foamed this whole house.
Yes, the entire home is spray foam insulated. We use a resilient channel on our ceilings to keep the noise transfer from upstairs and downstairs. We use safe and sound insulation, which is made by Roxol, and a lot of the key walls to keep noise from coming from the main open areas to the rooms upstairs. We do it around bathrooms. We do it around laundry rooms. We do solid doors for that same reason too. When you close the door, that sounds out there, this sounds in here. So
that's a big deal because I've been to your home a couple of times here for various meetings and such, and everybody it doesn't matter who it is, everyone says the same thing. Wow, this house is so quiet.
Yeah.
In the way that you're not hearing creaks and nooks and somebody's upstairs, you don't really hear them. Like, that's what I mean by that.
We take a lot of time in our process too, right? So when we put our homes together, there's a process involved, right? It's not just bang it together and move on. Our floors are glued and screwed. Our subfloors are glued and screwed, but we use heavier material. So if this called for a 12-inch floor beam, we put a 14-inch floor beam. It called for 5/8 plywood, we put 3/4-inch plywood. So we try to go above and beyond just to give the home that solid sound and feel.
I was going to say above and beyond. And the other thing I love is when you come here, if you're down here and someone's exploring a home that Vince has made, you usually hear a scream somewhere. It's out of good. It's out of the surprise and the delight. It's like, oh my gosh, I want to live here because this is so amazing. And or this toilet does this, or you find different things that are just above and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I have a hard time talking about our homes that we build because sometimes you feel kind of like you're bragging, and I don't want to brag. You know, I just want the home to speak for itself. For me, it's just a matter of putting our heart and our soul and our craftsmanship into these projects, you know, and hopefully the person who buys, you know, a home from us, you know, gets to reap the benefits and rewards of the work that we put into them.
Well, I think of even simple things like if you're in the kitchen, for example, and you go to open up a cabinet, you don't open up the cabinet, you push it, and the whole thing opens up itself.
Yeah.
You can use it from the counter to all the way to the top, so all the space is usable space,
Yeah.
and then you touch a button at the bottom and it closes.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
mean,
fun.
that's very functional, so functionality is a big part of this as well.
Yeah, it's like this home is modern, but it doesn't feel cold and stark, right?
No,
You know,
no.
a lot of modern homes have that feeling where it's like sterile. You know, and I wanted a home that was going to be modern but timeless. That's a tough thing to do. I think we did a good job at it. You know, we'll leave it to time to see what they say. But for me, I think we did okay.
Yeah, and outside, inside, you've got a wonderful living space for people to enjoy with parties, a family. How many, this particular model home, how many people would this sleep?
Well, it's
Depends what you do, I guess, with the basement as well, right?
right.
The sky's the limit.
It's a 5-bedroom home, so there's 4 bedrooms upstairs and 1 on the main floor. So you know you have 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, and the basement is set up for another bedroom, another bathroom. So I mean, you can go wild.
Get creative,
Right.
and then depends what you want to put downstairs, whether it be a movie theater, working out,
Yeah.
you name it.
So we didn't finish the basement in this house because I figured the person who's buying this house, they're going to be specific as to what they want. They may want a movie theater. They may want a huge wine cellar. They may want another kitchen. You know, this house has 2.5 kitchens. So there's a full kitchen here, then there's a full butler's kitchen, and then there's the outdoor kitchen. You know, so the person who buys this house may not want a 3rd kitchen downstairs, but it's set up for a full kitchen. You know, so it's set up for whoever buys this house wants to live.
I love it. All right. Well, hey, we couldn't have had a better start to our parade of homes. Thank you, Vince. And we're going to be diving in with more homes, more locations. It's not just homes on the parade of homes. We are going to be speaking with suppliers, and we have so many things coming up. So
I appreciate you taking us first, and I look forward to seeing all the wonderful video and all the wonderful interviews from all of our members. And I just hope that everybody truly understands the benefit of being a member of the Windsor-Essex Home Builders Association, to have somebody such as yourself, as professional as you are, to come out and help draw this information out of people. It's just perfect. I appreciate you.
awesome, Vince. Hey, we appreciate you as well. And if you want to get in touch with Vince, it's on the screen for you. You can contact his website, give him a call, and take a tour. It's not going to be here long, so the time is ticking. If you want to take a tour of his model home, or you have other homes coming up as well.
Absolutely.
So, but always a conversation with Vince. It's always a delight, and it's really about the imagination and finding that inspiration to get started on a new project.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, Vince.
Thank you.